it's not. I'm not saying we post this, or we may not, but
Yeah, well,
it's always fun
it'll be
to
fun.
record them.
Time for a one shot. Yay. All right. This is going to be a lot of fun, even though it's kind of chaotic in how we've gotten this all set up. But thank you, Jesse, for being able to join in. I'm so excited about this. I know Brad's going to be able to get on later, and we'll see if Marcus comes around too, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so welcome everyone. We're going to go ahead and dive on in on this one shot. So just to kind of set the stage a little bit. Um, all of you are playing as individual mercenaries of a certain sort. You come from various backgrounds. It could be some sort of mages guild, rangers guild, thieves guild. You don't know each other as much as you just recognize that you were selected out of a group of people, hand chosen by some mysterious person, and they ended up delivering to you a wax sealed letter and a bag of platinum pieces, basically saying, we have some task for you. We don't know um, if you're able to survive this, but if you can survive this, you will get triple the reward of this initial deposit. Your discretion is appreciated, and we want you to meet us at this random location. And so you get all of this information. Your various guild members recognize that, okay, you're contracted, you're going to be off for a while. You get your supplies together, and you set off, and the directions lead you to this very dark and stormy corner of the world where you end up getting on the shoreline. You can be able to see the waves crashing against the very dark, almost black volcanic type rocks. And that with the storm coming down all around you, it's definitely a very cold and miserable journey. It's taken you about 3 days to come to this location from your respective areas of the world. But you start to get together, and I'm going to go ahead and have Brad's character in here too, just to make this easier. I'll play his in the meantime while we're waiting on them to get together. But yeah, as you all get to the edge of this area. Oh, he says he'll be back as soon as he can. All right, sweet. As you get to the edge of this area, you do see at the end of a peninsula, kind of sticking out into, or a jetty sticking out into the water, what appears to be a set of guards a little further down, and these large winged creatures at the end of the dock. It looks like, or not dock, but the peninsula, and it looks like there might be another individual kind of standing over there, waiting expectantly with the cold rain falling down on them. So, what's your first reaction when you see each other kind of walk around the corner and meet up?
I'm for a moment sending a screenshot to Jesse, but I hadn't expected that sound to come from my window. Sorry. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm on guard, but yeah, I guess we're here for the same goal if we're walking in here together.
Yeah, it appears that way. I mean, from what you can be able to tell, it doesn't look like either of the other two people that have walked up towards this area are actively hostile towards you. You do see that one of the members is a little bit quieter. He's not saying too much right now. Wink, wink, because he's not here. I will let him talk to his own character when he gets around to it. But yeah, so what do your characters look like?
Map for Jesse.
What's your character look like?
Standing at the top.
I almost wanted to say Ilya. Can you tell us a little bit about?
I'm not Ilya now.
I know.
I'm Shining. Shining is my name. I'm a tiefling, and oh my god, I have to look at the picture. I have dark hair. Well, it's not very sunny here, so it would look black. I have like fully golden eyes, and it's not because of Ilya. That's just because I used the art. as inspiration. Um, yeah, holding. I'm wearing a cloak because it's like rainy. It's a dark green, almost black cloak. And I have a bow, a long bow, strapped over my shoulder.
Okay.
And I'm just holding back, like watching what happens, seeing people's reactions.
Sounds good. What about you, Jesse? What's your character look like?
So I just got the picture up not too long ago. So kind of similar to what I look like, I guess, myself. I have long hair,
Okay.
beard. My name actually is my native name for my tribe. So that's where that came up from there.
Okay.
So I'll just use that same kind of character. I've a specific type of tribal character, but I used to be a spy a long time ago,
Ooh.
and I left that working for the kingdom government because I didn't like the way that they were doing business. So I went into my own little thing and do business on my own. So I walk up there, I see people, and my first thought always is to look for escape routes
All
and keep
right.
my hand on a weapon at all times.
I love that. All right. So, I would say that the third person that's with you, he looks a little menacing, with both a dagger on one side and a short sword on the other side. He's
You should
very
read
do what?
you should read the AI, the
Oh yeah.
prompt that you got. That was a perfect description, as
It
friends.
really was. It really was. If I didn't, I closed out of the prompt. I don't have it open anymore. I used a
Oh,
good
that's a shame.
chat GPT to generate an AI description of what his character would look like and trying to design the the token for him. But he's got this air of it's this shadowed effect around him where you look at him and it's kind of hard to get a read on his person, other than just you can tell that he's battle worn, um, and that he has this air of distrust. Um, but there's this glint in his eye that suggests that he might be a little bit more mischievous than what his pure brawn is showing. He just kind of gives a nod to both of you, and you do hear in your mind, I suppose we should move forward then. We're probably here for the same thing. And he just starts taking a step forward and begins walking down the peninsula a little ways. Are you following?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, yeah. I just can't move my own token. I can only move the token for Brett.
You
I
couldn't
think
move yours.
Brett's token is assigned to my account. It seems. Now I can. Now I can.
Now you can. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you start running into
Yeah,
problems,
I'm following, but as I said, I'm sort of
keeping a little
staying
ways
back.
back.
No, just I'm following, but staying back where I can see
Okay. You you get
keep
about
everybody.
you get about 15 feet away from the a narrowing spot in the jetty of rock that's coming out into the water a little bit. And you can be able to see in front of you there's a large rock that's sitting on top of all of the others where there's a set of these winged beasts all around it. Two of the winged beasts currently have people in flowing robes sitting on them. The robes are kind of pulled up over their head, and it's the water, the rain, and the spray as it hits the rocks is just kind of splashing against them. But they don't appear to be moving at all, not flinching at all, and they're just kind of their eyes are trained on you. There's another person that's just kind of standing there with their arms crossed on the rock in the dead middle, looking out over your group as you're approaching, and as you get a little bit closer, two armed guards kind of cross their spears in the middle of the pathway. Halt! I don't want you to come any further without presenting your papers.
Do we have papers?
You have
I guess so.
your envelopes that were given to you, the wax covered envelopes, the wax sealed envelopes. You show them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You hand yours out, and the one of the guards reaches out, takes a look at it, looks over
And
it.
while I give them, I ask like, can I ask who's asking?
They'll talk about it more up there. You're good to go through. And they hand you your papers back, and they stand to the side, and they stop looking at you, and they keep looking out over the peninsula to check to see if anyone else is going to be coming up. So you keep going.
Yep.
Yeah,
keep
I
going.
follow behind.
All right. You get up closer, and you can be able to see that the figure that's on this rock is very tall, almost unnaturally so. Probably pushing 8 feet tall. Very long, slender arms, pale skin, a very scarlet red robes that you can be able to see on them. They have a bald head with tattoos on their head that it appears to kind of go all the way down their neck. And just from the little bits of skin that they have exposed, you can be able to see parts of their wrists and their hands from their arms that are crossed. You can see what look to be like tattoos all the way up and down their hands. They look at you. We sent out 5 invitations. Why are there only 3 of you? I suppose this will have to do. The Duke is not going to be pleased. Thank you for answering our summons. I assume you have found that our initial payment is something that you can be able to appreciate, and you haven't spoken of this to anyone else?
I have not.
There's not much to speak about. We know so little.
Well, we can't be too careful. There's always interested parties here who may not agree with our methods, but alas, let me get to it. I am a representative of, let's just say, some of the interested parties who would like to see certain balances restored in the world. You may just know me as Bormul, and that's Bormul.
Oh man, I don't have a notebook ready.
Oh, I was going to say, if you want to, you can write it down.
Yeah, I'm looking for paper. I normally have an Ilya notebook. Bornul, Bornul.
M as in Mike. Bormul.
Okay.
How much do you know of the southern mines? And if you want, go ahead and make me a history roll. First roll of the campaign.
I was just checking what my history modifier was.
So, here, do you know how to do a history roll?
Well, I'll show Jesse. Jesse has never worked with D&D Beyond, so I'm sometimes using my phone to show. If you go to the character sheet and you slide to the skills section, you can click on the modifier behind history, and then it rolls a history check. And I'm going to do so as well.
All right.
11.
Shining with just a straight 11.
Okay, so 1 second here. So which one is it? You said skills, or where is it under?
Yep, it's under skills, and then you go down to history.
Skills, and then you go. It's alphabetically. You go to history.
History.
And then
okay.
it says a number behind the history, and that's that number you just click.
It just says
and then
plus
you see
1.
the dice roll across your screen.
So go ahead and click on that +1, and it'll roll.
Oh, okay. History +1.
So that means you'll have a +1 to whatever you roll.
It's not doing anything.
It can take a while, maybe the first time.
To everyone roll. Okay.
Riding on air. And you roll,
6.
yeah.
A 6.
I see it coming in.
Okay.
So I don't know
you
it.
see it as well?
Yeah. Let's see. Chad is also going to.
If you go to the game log on D&D Beyond, you can see.
Chadwick speaks up because he got a 20 on his roll, and he will definitely his voice comes out, and it's a little bit of a raspy voice. It's almost like he's got a harder time being able to talk. Yes, I have heard of the mines. What about them? What does that involve us? Well, let's just say that one of the main mines, it stopped producing some time ago, and we can't have that. There's an alliance of very powerful houses who would like to see progress at the mines reinstated. That is where you 3 come in. It's rather simple. We just need you to make a trip over to the mines, go find what was keeping them from working, and make sure that everything is returned to normal. When you can come back here with proof that any problems have been dealt with, we will make sure that you are very handsomely rewarded. Does that sound like an agreement?
One moment. We don't have Heather making perfect notes, so I have to. Yeah. Back. Don't you have any idea why? Because you say make a trip to the mines, find why it isn't working. You don't have any hints, ideas, suspicions of why?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion, or give an insight if you're trying to see if they're telling you all of the.
That's a big difference. Insight +0 +6. Yeah, let's make it an insight.
All right, go ahead. Roll an insight.
16.
You can definitely tell they're being very coy and not giving you all of the information. You can definitely see that they're trying to just get you to quickly agree to go.
Can I roll one too, or
Sure.
What's it called again?
An insight.
Insight. Or
Okay.
persuasion. Persuasion is persuading someone. Insight is what can you get from their tells.
Yeah. Insight is
How well
like,
do you
I'm able to.
I was just 10.
10? Yeah. With a 10, you can definitely sense that something's off about this person, that they may not be giving you the complete story. It doesn't seem like they're lying. Like, their intentions are they want you to go and be the people to get the mine up and running again, or at least whatever is keeping it from being able to run. You can tell that they're not being 100% about what they know about everything. So were you trying to get additional information out of them, or what were you wanting to do based off of what you know?
I'll try to persuasion.
I wish our Chadwick was here. This is more his thing, I think.
And writing on air, you were saying that you were wanting to persuade him something?
I was going to do a persuasion, so try to see if I can get them to share a little bit more, but I only rolled a 6, so +1 is 7.
I'll say that you start asking them about that, and he kind of turns to the side and he's like, I take offense to that. I've been completely honest with you on this, but you can definitely tell that he's you guys have both been able to roll high enough to where you know that he's not. And Chadwick will also step up and with a 15, he'll also say, "I don't agree to anything without having at least a little bit better knowledge of what I'm getting my head into." He kind of pauses for a second. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, well, I'll let you finish. There's a bit of a delay, so sometimes I talk over you because I hear you later.
The guy kind of pauses for a second and says, "Very well. We do know that some time ago, the people of the town that run the mine, well, maybe not those people specifically, but one of the towns close by, they have been spreading rumors that people have gone missing. And over the past several months, potentially longer, those rumors have become a bit more prevalent than we would like. You know, it's not good PR for the houses if our workers are not able to be ensured of their safety. The tales that are coming out of the mountains are suggesting that, you know, we believe they're just maybe, you know, stuck in some kind of I don't know, a rock slide or something that's cut off the town. You know, I'm sure it's nothing bad. You can ignore all of the rumors about, you know, people having nightmares and you know, seeing strange things at night.
Insight check.
Go ahead, roll an insight. Yeah.
Definitely. Jesus. 12.
You can tell that he's kind of taking a bit too long. He's kind of beating around the bush, and he's downplaying a lot of stuff. You get the feeling that you think that it's probably more serious than what he's letting on.
Why do you have these beauties here? The tree, like gesturing towards the griffins. Griffins, they were, right?
Yes, yeah. You can be able to see that these large winged beasts, they are griffins indeed. They have got just this absolutely regal demeanor about them. They're standing there at attention, barely even moving, just an occasional twitch of the wings as their riders kind of shift in the saddle. The one in the back doesn't have any riders on it. It is wearing like a kind of a golden saddle that clearly looks like it's for this main person right here.
This case, yeah.
Well, that
how large are griffins?
How large are griffins?
Can a griffin carry one person, or?
It looks like these saddles are seated for two. So each one, it looks like this right here could be able to transport 6 people very easily between the 3 griffins. Actually, let me make sure that we're centered up on here so we can be able to see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I can scroll around. I sent you as you zoomed in.
Awesome. Awesome.
I'm just like thinking, like, would they transport us? But they have the 2 guards as well, and they have only 2 guards.
Can I interrupt really quick?
Go for it.
Do you mind? I got my internet to work.
Yay!
So I'm on the computer with it. I'm on the page, D&D page. Where do I go now?
Sure.
Okay.
So,
actually be on that big map.
Yeah.
Are you using Google Chrome?
Yes.
Yes, then I sent a link earlier in chat. I'll find it and resend it. It's a Chrome extension.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I found it. Wait. Well, maybe this works. This one. I replied to the original link. That extension, you need to install that.
And then
after that, I'm going to use the right link for him. Come on.
All right, I'm going to send an invite as well.
Yeah, to the Roll20, but first he needs the extension and then it works together.
Yep. Jesse, could you put your email in our Messenger app, and I'll send you. Actually, I can just do this. I can just send the share link. So
yeah, you can do it in the chat, but
there we go. But that way you can be able to join in, and I'm not.
Okay, so I just added it.
Awesome.
Beyond 20 thing. Now what do I do?
So in the Messenger app, I just sent that link right here. It'll open it up to Roll20, which is the interface that we're using.
Does he need an account? Yeah, you need an account, but I think you can use the same.
Yeah, it's a free account.
Yeah, free, like D&D Beyond. You just make an account once.
And that'll put you in as a player. You just
Where is bread?
my buddy Chris just messaged me back as well. He's like, if it was later tonight, I might be able to jump in, but
yeah,
that'll be 4 a.m. for Yinny.
Yeah, just so you know, normally we start at 7 p.m. for me, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
It's now 11 p.m. And how long have we been recording?
Yeah, we've been recording for 27 minutes.
So we started at 10:30 p.m. for me. So that's Saturday night.
And Jesse, just let me know once you're in, and I will get that adjusted.
Yeah, Jesse, if you need any help, just shout out.
Okay.
That's me, tech support Jenny.
And actually, I am going to just because this is fun, properties. Let's update that one to show writing on air. This one to show shining. I'm putting our character sheets in on the
I can change the name on Zoom as well, right? Oh, this looks so weird on camera now. So like close up and personal with my Zoom.
So that's what I got so far.
All right, I see you. I see you're in Roll20. Yeah, and let me, I will, so you can be able to move around the map, but I can also intentionally redirect you by holding shift and let's see, will that do it for, I don't know if, did it move you at all?
Oh, there we go. Okay, cool.
And let me edit your character just to make sure that you can be able to move your character around. Edit.
I changed my Zoom name, but you have to remind me when I play Ilya again to change it as well because I'm not gonna remember.
All right, I'm gonna delete writing on air for a second and put writing on air back out there. All right, can you? So if you click on your character, you should be able to move it around. If you click on it and you can drag it.
And Timothy, I did the same with my Roll20 display name, so please remind me.
Sounds good. And then this one, I was changing Jason Natel to Chadwick.
So Jesse, where are you? You have the map open now?
Yeah, map's open now.
Do you have your D&D Beyond open as well on a separate tab or a separate screen?
My character sheet? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you like the skills we just mentioned, when you hold your mouse over, for example, the +1 on history, you see a red icon pop up. Do you? Wait.
Still trying to figure this out. Give me a second.
Oh, you're
I'll
good.
use snip again. No, snip. No, I'm just.
There's a lot of stuff.
Believe me, we'd rather do this now than when you're halfway.
I was just doing the tutorial on the phone, and now I'm like trying to figure out how to do this on here.
Well, no, I'll just snip and can I add an arrow and snip? I never use this except for work, and then I don't do these things.
So I'm clicking on my character. It's still not doing anything.
Wait a second. That. Why does it make it yellow? Doesn't matter. I'm sending you something. Facebook, Jesse. You see the yellow circle? There's a D&D Beyond logo at the top of the character sheet. In your, yeah, there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? You see that D&D Beyond in your browser in Chrome?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Like that?
Like the red logo with the... So if you move your mouse over, for example, history, your history has +1 behind it. And when you move your mouse over it, it should show a red
like
D20 die with a B in it.
Still confused.
Like I can roll through it. Yes, there we go.
Nice.
You saw it on the map as well?
Yes, it rolled on the map as well.
And he rolled a nat 20.
You rolled a nat 20 on your history check right there.
Please tell me this nat 20 counts for whatever.
I will count it towards something. So, Ilya, yeah, actually, you know what? Ilya had, or not Ilya. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so.
I'm shining.
Tough. Shining. Shining asked a question, you know, to this Bormul character, about why do they have these winged beasts right here, and I would definitely say that writing on air, which is super appropriate, that's your name, and you're asking. She was asking a question about these winged beasts. You would know that, like, you have only really seen one major group that utilizes these griffins in this type of a way, and you. I don't know, how would you want to convey the information? Just kind of like quietly leaning over and whispering it to her, but you would be able to know that more often than not, these griffins are seen around Candlekeep. Candlekeep is a library that is on the Sword Coast, much further down the coast, but they are a very famous order of mages, wizards, scholars, very, very interested in documenting and storing and collecting pieces of information and protecting it. They are an organization that's very powerful and has a lot of reach across all of the realm. You would recognize, like, that's typically where these griffins come from, and if they are really from Candlekeep, then you're not dealing with just like some small time person. Bormul must have some powerful connections to have Candlekeep griffins here.
I wrote Big Kahuna. Oh man, you know what I hate at this moment? I know Brad had to step away for a bit for whoever watches this afterwards.
Yeah.
He's not here, but he has an investigation of plus 9.
Yeah.
I want him to get, and his stealth is plus 11. I want him to have a chance to use them, but he's not here.
Yeah.
It's such a perfect opportunity.
I hope that he's able to hop in on this too. But yeah, so
I'm sort of stalling this in hopes that he gets in, but yeah.
Bormul kind of grimaces a little bit because he does hear the kind of the small conversation going on. You can be able to see that he's losing some of his control over the situation. Whether or not I have connections to higher ups is of no consequence. All you need to know is we are paying for a job to be done. We have offered you a handsome reward. If this is not something that you are able to accomplish, then we will find other means of doing this. But I need an answer. Are you willing to brave what it is that may or may not be going on and accomplish this task? Because there are more things at stake than...
Oh, I am willing, but when we came in, was it the guard or was it you that said 3 of 5 has come? Are we doing the job for 5 with the 3 of us? Or can you give us something to, like, even the odds?
If you are able to complete it, I will give you the reward that we had set aside for the other 2 that never showed.
So I look at Chadwick and Riding on Air.
I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that's an extra, what is that, 300 platinum pieces?
Yeah, yeah.
Which...
Yeah, I bet a rogue like Chadwick would agree.
And just for Jesse, for your point of view, like a night in a tavern could cost like a silver piece. 10 copper is a silver, 10 silver is a gold, 10 gold is a platinum. You were given 50 platinum as a down payment with a promise of an extra 150 platinum on top of that upon completion of this.
What they always say, a gold coin is a week's wages or a month's wages.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, especially for like a regular commoner, like a gold, paying for something in gold is kind of unheard of. So there is serious money being pumped into this.
Nice.
They are talking like this is, and being able to have an extra 300 platinum on top of that. I mean, that's an extra 3,000 gold split between you. That's pretty significant investment.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I could retire after this campaign.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Shining sees Chadwick and Riding on Air like, yeah, let's go for it. And she's like, okay, high risk, high reward. And she agrees.
All right.
I guess.
The person kind of turns and looks at the other 2 people on the winged beasts, and they nod. We will take you a little further inland and drop you off at the town of Marin.
Do you have some sort of map of the mines and the town and the surrounding area?
Unfortunately, our resources are limited in that area.
Worth a try. Okay.
You have to understand, I'm not the one who runs the mine, but if you talk with the residents within Marin, they might be able to direct you up a little further closer towards where the mines were up in the mountains.
Okay. Well, yeah. If Brad's not joining us, let's go.
All right.
I feel bad about doing this without him.
Who is this Brad?
Yeah, Chadwick. That was me. That was different.
I know. I'm just being tongue in cheek.
I feel like Shining is like Brad and of Chadwick and Riding on Air are going, but I know Chadwick isn't here yet. But let's go.
All right. All right. Yeah. So they clearly are expecting one rider on each one of the griffins. The soldiers that are at the front, they don't seem perturbed by by any stretch of the imagination. It looks like this is kind of run of the mill regular stuff that they're used to. They've got little lean-tos that are kind of built into the rocks to try to shelter them from some of the rain, and small fires going in each one. And so they kind of move over to the side and get underneath as they see that you guys are beginning to depart. So yeah, there's one of you will have to ride with me. It doesn't matter which, just know that we are going to be up high, and well, hopefully we're going to get out of the storm sometime soon. He turns and just immediately starts walking towards the back griffin. So each of you can get on a griffin.
I gesture at riding on air, like, your name's riding on air, isn't it?
Yep. I'll take a griffin. You can hop in with the other guy.
All right. So Chadwick, he'll just get on one of those, and then you guys can.
I'm just thinking the one that's lightest of color.
The lightest of color.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the one that he's on, like that Bormul is.
Oh
on.
no, but of the other two, because he's going on the main one. But of the two.
All right. So riding on air, getting on with Bormul.
Yep.
All right. So the griffins, they stretch their wings, and with two powerful downdrafts, they are already pushing off of the ground. Their long wings kind of stretch out a good 20 feet in diameter. I mean, they are these just ginormous creatures, and you can sense just this sense of raw power that they're exuding. You're very glad that you're not having to tussle with one of these. And pretty soon, a few minutes pass as the wind is blowing the rain right into your face, and you get up into the clouds themselves, and then above the clouds, and you can be able to see a setting sun. That you're traveling north based off of the direction that the sun is setting. You seem like you're going kind of away from the coast, so it's not a perfect north. You're starting to head towards some mountains that you see in the distance, but it takes a good while. I mean, you're talking, you guys are flying for several hours in the air, kind of holding on as you're getting through this turbulence, and you begin to see down at the base of the tree line kind of leading up to the edge of the mountains. There's a few different paths that begin to wind and sneak their way in between the mountains. And they start steering you down towards a village that's against one of the bases. And it's a small area. It doesn't look like the population of this village is very large. There's probably 20 thatched roof buildings that you can be able to see. A smattering of farmland, like different crops appear to be growing against the edge of this wooded area, and you can be able to see a few people that appear to be kind of closing up for the night. Doesn't look like the rain has hit over here, but definitely a denser fog has settled in on this area. The three griffins, they land on a field, and they when they let down, the two people in robes kind of turn around and look at those of you that are on the back, and Bormul turns and says, "This is the edge of the town. This is as far in as we are going. We are not going to be meeting again here for some time, but we will come back in 1 week's time," which in your realm, that's 10 days. We will.
Okay. Oh my God, that's gonna mess me up. 10 days.
10 days. Yes. We will be back in 10 days to check for any signs of your presence here. If you're not back in 10 days, we will make one more attempt and only one more attempt to come back here. We will wait another week beyond that.
1 week. So they come in once in 10 days and once 10 days from then.
10 days from then, exactly. If there are no signs of you, we will assume the worst has happened and we will find another group who is able to do what you could not.
Can I just say, isn't it bad enough that they have to use Imperial for this? You have to add weeks to last 10 days. 10 days from now, and yeah, okay. So we're in front of the village. Well, I let the 2 others go ahead, and I follow 5 feet behind them, watching what happens.
All right. With all of you getting off of the griffins, they kind of look around and they make sure that there's no people around. You can see one of the robed figures. They pull back their hands as they're sitting there. Their sleeves kind of roll down a little bit, and you can also see that they are likewise covered in tattoos. It looks like their entire skin, all of their surface of their skin except for their face that is just peeking out from under their hood is covered in tattoos. They start moving their hands around and they say a word, and then all of them they are no longer visible. You can't see them at all. You can still hear
the people from the village, or the ones riding the griffins?
The ones riding the griffins and the people that are on the griffins. It looks as if they've turned invisible. You can still hear and feel the wind from their wings as they beat the ground to get up and fly off. But you can't see them at all, and they're invisible figures. Eventually you can't even hear their wing beats anymore. So you're standing in a dark field outside of a small village, where that doesn't appear to have very many lights on inside the village. It's cold, it's misty, but it's not raining where you are. Well, should we head towards the village then? That's Chadwick. I guess he has more of a raspy. Well, should we?
I guess so. Let's see if they have a map and more information on these mines.
All right. By the way, I didn't ever get your name, but my name is Chadwick. My friends call me Chad.
I'm Shining.
Nice to meet you, Shining.
I'm riding on air.
Riding on air. Likewise. All right. It looks like there's not much going on over there, but I think I do see a light on in that building. Do we want to go see it?
What time of day is it?
It's night. It is definitely night. Yeah, because
we're at the end of our day. We didn't just wake up early from sleep. It's time to sleep.
Yeah. It's like you're pulling into this town at like 11 o'clock at night. You saw maybe a handful of people that were out and about. There's nobody else in the fields. Most places are dark. They look like their windows are closed. You can see maybe 2 buildings within town that have any kind of light coming out of the windows. But it's very dark. There's I will say that there's like a half moon in the sky, so you do have a little bit of moonlight to go by. It's kind of illuminating the fog of the area, the mist of the area, but yeah, other than that, it's definitely like you feel like 11 o'clock at night, something like that. So yeah, Chadwick starts walking towards the village, heading towards some of the buildings. You see specifically about a mid-sized building that appears like it might be some sort of tavern or inn. It's difficult to be able to tell from this far away. You're probably about a mile away from the village right now. And it looks like there's it passes along a main road where there's some like market stalls that appear to be, empty at this time of night. I think that's about all that you would be able to see. So, is that direction you want to go?
Yeah, let's head towards the inn and see if we can get a place to sleep.
Okay.
Get some.
I follow behind.
Sounds good. Yeah, you get you start walking down the pathway, and you find that the field it does kind of end in an area where there is a fence, and you're able to step over the fence easily enough that you didn't see any gates or anything. And you did pass by a few sets of some sleeping sheep. They all kind of were clumped together around a tree, trying to stay warm in the chill of the night. And when you step over the fence, you find that the road is kind of this hard-packed dirt. Nothing super fancy. It's a fairly rural town, and it doesn't take you too long, maybe 10 minutes or so. And you find yourself standing in front of a closed door. You can smell a little bit of, the inn fare, kind of like a stew of some sort on the air. And you could hear just very light conversation through a partially open window. And you see a sign that's hanging, just kind of swinging a little bit in a light breeze. It is what looks to be a kind of like a weasel that's just kind of sitting there like on the front of the tavern. The sign. You see the words "the bored weasel," kind of carved into the wood.
Bored weasel.
Yep. So you go on inside, and you can be able to see that it's a fairly. Oh, go ahead.
While I'm behind, while Chadwick was in front, while Chadwick starts to like open the door to get in, I want to see if I see anyone like looking weirdly at our group or.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a perception. And writing on air, you're also welcome to roll a perception if you wish.
Okay.
I'll have Chadwick do the same.
Why do I keep rolling like terribly and he keeps rolling?
Jeez.
Oh wait, it's Chadwick rolling the net 20. Like I rolled quite.
I rolled a 15.
Everyone else rolled 20.
15? Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, all three of you're able to kind of survey your surroundings before you go in, and it doesn't appear like your arrival in town has drawn any notice. I would say that you've got a feeling that your benefactors dropped you off here at this time of night on purpose. It kind of seemed like they didn't want anybody to know if they're coming or going, or if their connections to this town, or anybody that was coming up in this direction. So it does appear like this was by design to arrive in the dead of night. Nobody looked around at you.
Okay,
Right.
I'll follow them in.
Sure. Yeah, you go in and you can be able to see that this the inside of the tavern's pretty comfortable. There's a small fire going in a stone fireplace that keeps the chill off of the air. And you do see like 2 or 3 people just kind of sitting around. 2 people are sitting at one table, just lightly talking with each other and eating a little bit of stew. You can smell that it's got a little bit of a spiciness to it. There's like this curry on the air almost. It definitely smells appetizing. And you see an old, wizened human behind the bar. He's got just a tuft of white hair right on the center of his head, and darker skin that's kind of gnarled, definitely wrinkled. Seems like he's probably seen a few winters, and he's busy kind of just wiping up the bar a little bit as you enter in. He looks up at the entrance of you 3 and kind of turns his head to the side. Welcome in, fair adventurers. I wasn't expecting more people to come in tonight, but please take a seat, and I'll be with you in a moment. You guys?
Yeah, let's take a seat.
All right.
Is it a thick barkeep or a thin barkeep? Because I don't trust thin barkeepers.
He's definitely on the thinner side. He's more wiry. He seems like he's got some muscle strength into his older body. But yeah, he's more like long in the face and long in the arms. He seems like he would be pretty tall if he wasn't, hunched over with age. And he finishes wiping up and he washes his hands right quick and he comes back around and he's got his hands kind of clasped in front of him. The name's Lucas Grosvenor. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. How can I help you? Would you like a bowl of our salty fish surprise to take the chill off of the night?
Salty fish surprise.
Yeah, I'll get some salty fish surprise, ale, and do you have any bread as well?
Oh, yes.
What Jesse missed is that before you came online, I was eating sushi live in his Zoom.
You got your sushi and you got your ale. Well, where's your?
I was eating fish.
Let me go in the back and make sure that I do. I think I do still have some bread left over from earlier today when the baker dropped off a few fresh loaves. So, what about you, madam? Anything for you?
I think I'll just stick to the bread.
Oh, yeah, sounds.
Oh wait! Oh no! I'm a tiefling. Oh yeah, give me the salty fish fries.
Oh, wonderful. I'll 2 orders of salty fish, and for you, he points to Chadwick, and Chadwick just raises his head and says, "Just the ale for me, thanks."
Oh yes, an ale too.
Right away. And he walks into the back, and you hear shuffling around a little bit, and shortly enough he comes out carrying a tray in front of him, and he's walking carefully, but he's sure-footed, and he gets there and he places everything down in front of you, and he says, "All right, that will be right about 7 coppers each. If you want, I can start a tab for you."
I only have gold and platinum. Does this man even have change? I'll just give him a gold piece. This is for all of us until you need more.
What? Yes, milady. Thank you. If there's anything that I can be able to do, I'll just let me know. This was very generous. Thank you.
Do I see when we came in? Did I see any homeless people or beggars in the street or something?
No, actually, it seemed that the streets were pretty clear when you came in. You noticed that even you would be able to tell if there was a lot of dirt and refuse and things like that. And it actually looks like while the town is it's not a big town by any stretch of the imagination, it's well kept up. The alleyways that you walked past, it looked like the crates were stacked up nicely. It didn't look like there were people that were kind of sleeping out there. It appeared that it was fairly well kept up.
Okay, I'll add to that. If it's too much, use whatever's left for the next one who can't pay.
Oh,
pay it forward.
Well, I would say more let's get a room for the night before we start our adventure. Maybe we can see if we can get some information too, right? I mean, where's the mines? We got to figure out where we're going, right?
Room as well. Yeah.
Most definitely. And did I hear you correctly? You were wanting to know about the mines?
Yes, we are interested. We are looking to know more about the mines in the area.
Oh, most definitely. Well, with this, I mean, this definitely is going to cover several nights at the very least for room and board. Are you wanting? Are you sharing one room, or are each of you wanting your own?
We'll have our own rooms with
Okay.
that. Was fine. And do you have
Yes.
any transportation, any horses you can rent out to us?
Oh, there is a chance that we can get some horses for you, especially if you're going to be wanting to go up to the mines. Though I don't know why anybody would ever want to do that.
Do you use horses in the mines, or do you have other creatures?
Not
We
in
just came here by griffin. I mean, do you have any dark
you came in
undermounted creatures?
By griffin?
Oh, yeah, I didn't say that out loud. It's okay. Or I did. What's my charisma? No, I did say it out loud.
By griffin? That's awfully strange. We haven't seen a griffin around these parts in quite some time. But we can probably find you a good cart horse. It's not gonna be a very fast one, but it'll do the job. And maybe a cart. I don't know how many horses we have just around to be able to use, but I'm sure that we can find one of the farmers would allow us to be able to do that, especially for kind lords and ladies as yourself helping out.
Well, can we do instead of the cart, can we get a pack saddle and we can get some supplies for the next 20 days?
Yes, most definitely. The market shop will be open back in the morning once everybody's up and at 'em. But as far as the pack horse, yes, they should be able to do that easy enough. And it shouldn't take you too long. Maybe about if you're walking, it'd take about 3 days or so to get up to the mines. I actually used to work there back in my younger days, before the tragedy happened.
Tragedy?
Oh yes. And he turns over to one of the tables that's nearby, and he grabs a seat, and he turns the chair around so that he can rest his hands on it, and he sits around the seat.
I copy him.
Yes. What do you see? Unfortunately, I lost my wife, Lorna. May she rest in peace on the celestial shores. I lost her back in the disaster. You see, there was a platinum mine that was run by the United Houses Mining Alliance, the UHMA.
United Houses
Mining
Wait a
Alliance.
second. United Houses Mining. I'm not a fast writer. Mining and then
Alliance. They used to run and operate this place, and it worked for many years, but unfortunately there was some sort of collapse in the mine that happened. We tried to work it as long as we could, but even after the disaster, we've people have had to move away from it. From what I understand, I know the disaster happened probably around 70 years ago now.
70 years ago.
Yes, yeah. You see,
And did anything happen recently? Or have several things been happening recently?
Roll a persuasion at advantage, because you're being pretty friendly with him.
It's another tip for Jesse. When you hold your mouse over one of those skills, those numbers, and you press the shift, you roll with advantage. So it rolls 2 dice and takes sides.
Yep. So advantage is amazing.
yeah,
She just
maybe
went
nat
from a
20.
2 to a nat 20.
I've got one.
Rolling with advantage gives you the ability to say, I'm going to take the higher of the two rolls. Rolling with disadvantage is the exact opposite. You roll 2 dice and you take the lower. Certain things that you do could grant you advantage. Certain things that you do could be really difficult, and you may have to roll at disadvantage. In this case, nat 20 is as that's literally saying like that's the best that you could have potentially gotten out of the situation. Doesn't always mean an automatic success, but it does mean that it's the best that could happen. The only time it's an automatic success is when you're like attacking something. A nat 20 always hits.
And it gives double damage in a fight.
Yeah. He kind of pauses for a second and he looks really intently at your eyes. Well, it's difficult to describe if it's been something recent that's tied to the mines or what, but we've got relatively comfortable rooms here and all across the village, but there've been some really hard nights for people. People wake up screaming in the middle of the night, just terrified. And I do what I can to try to keep my establishment open for those who are trying to soothe their thoughts. And he points to the other people that are sitting there at the table. You realize that, like, when you look at them, you can be able to see that their eyes appear, like, haggard. They are tired. Like, they have not had a good night's sleep in months.
They are like Karen, like not sleeping, so not to get in the wolf ring.
Exactly. You can tell like they are fatigued to their bones, and they kind of dread the night. I try to keep people from being able to drink their sorrows away. I think that a full belly is much better for the soul than an addled mind that is just drunk and trying to forget. I went through that time myself in the passing of my dear Lorna. Her soul rest in peace with the shores of Celestia. But there have also been some disappearances. People have gone missing. At first, it was just an older person here and there, but the other month, well, let's see, it was probably about half a year ago now. There were some children that went up into the mountains, and they never came back.
Children went up into the mountains,
yes.
Like the mines, or
I don't know if
climbing.
It was in the direction of the mines. But I don't know if they ever made it to the mines, and we sent some scout parties up that way, and we never saw anything on them. I don't know if they made it all the way up to Vermeillon, but Vermeillon is the town, the mining town.
About that, Vermeillon.
I could see the look on your face. That's why I thought you may not know.
Yeah, I'm so doing my best to keep up writing, but spelling is
Vermeillon.
Okay. I would never have gotten that.
It's all good.
So that was half a year ago, but disappearances had started before that, right?
Yes, they've been.
But they escalated.
They escalated, exactly.
Okay, and then what?
Well, we sent a party to try to find them, but there was no word on them. They saw no traces of them. The people that came back, all they talked about were the haunting feeling that they got, like they were being watched. And as the the explorers were coming, or as the search parties were getting up there, the only thing they could talk about is at night hearing the screams of the people, but there was nobody around. And when they only heard the screams when they were dreaming. When they woke, there was nothing. It was quiet as the outside is right now.
So all the people here that have problems sleeping all hear screaming in their sleep?
Some do. Some see visions as if they are in an old abandoned town, standing amongst the ruins, and each person says the same thing. They feel drawn towards this large house, which I don't know if it's the old manor house of Vermeillon, but that's what it sounds like to me. That was the largest building in town when I lived there. But it's one of those things that I do my best to try to provide people with a little solace and comfort.
And you do a good job at it.
Thank you.
Is that old manor house like here in the village or near the mines?
No, this is up by the mines.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I like your special fish surprise.
Thank you.
Fish surprise special.
Yeah, I've poured all of my hard work into the board weasel ever since I inherited it. So it's it's all I have left of to remember my dear wife. May she rest well in the shores of Celestia.
Okay, Jesse.
Let's finish our meal and then maybe get some rest. I mean, that sounds like we got a big thing tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds good. Ugh. And he pushes himself up from the chair, and I'm just gonna clean up a little bit, and then I might try and get some shut eye myself. All right, and he walks off. So you guys you had a chance to finish your meal?
Did he show us to our room for later, or he just went like, okay, you have rooms here, figure?
And he says you can go choose any ones that you want up there.
Any ones, okay.
Yeah. That you each have. I know, and he takes out the gold piece from both. Did you give him a gold piece too?
No, she just gave him one.
Okay, this should definitely cover you for several days for the 3 rooms. So thank you.
Well, if it runs out, let me know.
We'll do. Yeah, you just choose whichever ones you want, and if you need any fresh linens or anything, I can definitely be of assistance. So yeah, you've got a chance to be able to finish your meal. It's definitely a delicious fish stew. It's kind of surprising to be able to find something this tasty this far inland and close up to the mountains. You imagine that there's probably some sort of river nearby that they could probably get fresh fish from. Yeah,
put me off my sushi.
Put you off your exactly. And yeah, so you're able to get a good night's sleep. All 3 of you are able to get up to your rooms, get unpacked, and you can be able to take a long rest. So you wake up in the morning feeling nice and refreshed. And Jesse, just so you know, there is a difference in D&D 5e. So this is 5th edition D&D. A long rest is at least 8 hours. A short rest is 1 hour. And there's different mechanical benefits that can happen for that. So if you're like a spellcaster, you're a wizard, you're going to get all of your spells back at the end of a long rest. Whereas you're not going to get all of them back after a short rest. So there's little differences like that. Also, if you had any damage, your health would be all the way back up, and so on and so forth. So long rests are very good. You can only have 1 every 24 hours.
You go to sleep like half dead, and you wake up spry.
Yep.
And okay.
There's a really good VLDL skit about long rests.
Yeah. D&D logic.
Yep.
I'm going to go to the toilet while we're short resting. I'll be back.
Okay. You know what? I think I might actually do the exact same
thing. I can still hear you, but I'm muting my microphone.
Sounds good. Do you mind if I run to the restroom too? Awesome.
Bathroom breaks for everyone.
Bathroom breaks.
Hey, you little Juby.
All right. Perfect timing. All right. Let's see. Make sure this is good on here.
It's so quiet.
Awesome. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I had been answering a text message that came through that I didn't notice.
I don't know how Heather does it. Like the note keeping.
Oh, I know. She does a really good job. She tracks all sorts of
Fucking
stuff.
hell. She's like, I don't know, superpower.
Yep. I believe it. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to.
Any updates on Brad or?
No, I haven't seen anything. All right, I just wanted to make sure that I had this all set up on this side too. Okay.
I can do these things without looking silly because I am always silly.
We need you.
We need you, Brad. Seriously, his investigation and stealth, the things he could already have found out. His investigation is +9 and stealth +11. And perception +8.
The perception +8.
And look at his passive perceptions. Oh my god, that's insane.
All right. Yeah, so you
Brad, we need you. Yeah.
Did he answer anything?
Nope. Nobody's read it. Not even you has read it. Oh, now you did.
I don't know why it didn't pop up for me. I was like, I've got Messenger open.
That's what I use to have on my phone. I only get Messenger when I open it.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Make sure that's all
But
good.
the creepy guy with the griffins. By the way, how do you spell griffins?
Griffon.
F-F-O-N. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I had P-H-I-N-S. Griffins. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. I'm messing things. So I never realized how much typing has gone on autopilot, and now I have to think about spellings that I just type out without thinking what I'm typing.
Yeah, this is the Griffin. I just put it in chat so you can be able to see.
Show me. Oh, I think Facebook's just slow.
Oh, I put it in the Roll20.
Oh, wow. Griffin. It's so pretty. Ilya would love it. Ilya would befriend it. Ilya would like be buddies.
Actually, I can display in VTT. There we go.
And that fish too. Sig would love it. Or not.
I think Sig would love it. Sig would actually, he would try to take the recipe and improve upon it.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
All right.
But okay. But the old creepy guy with the griffins, the tall creepy guy with the griffin, he mentioned nightmares as well. Or it was we did that 20 check.
You did that insight check on him. Mm-hmm.
It's not like people have any nightmares or anything. So nightmares came up twice.
Yeah, and you would remember that Lucas was saying that these nightmares have been like the same for every person. Like every person has seen the same feeling. Like they all fall asleep. They hear the sounds of screaming, or they see themselves standing in the middle of this abandoned village,
old abandoned town,
feeling
old manor house,
feeling kind of drawn towards the manor house.
Drawn to the manor house, so they were not in the manor house.
Correct. Yeah, they're in the center of the village. They can see like abandoned buildings all the way around them.
Okay.
Yep. But you wake up in the morning and the sun is just starting to come through. You've still got a chill on the air, but you slept pretty well. The beds were nice and comfortable. You know, for being a more rural village, it was a nice experience to stay in the inn. And you can hear the sounds of the day starting to kick off outside. You can look out your window and be able to see that there's people kind of walking about in the streets, and a few people going over to different market stalls and different things like that. So what do you want to do? Go get your supplies you were talking about?
Yeah, I'm going to check what sort of shops or stores there are in this village, but I guess Chad and like riding on air, that's a bit long. Is there a short name for you? Do you call yourself Ride or Air or thing?
How about you call me Roa?
Roa. Okay, Roa. I like it. Roa.
Roa. Roa. I'm gonna give you.
I already Roa rolls.
That's perfect.
That's what I had in my notes. I already called you Roa.
I'm going to go ahead and give you inspiration for that. That was really clever to have that right off the bat. So what inspiration is like that's an actual button that you can be able to click on your character sheet that should be up there by your health.
Between walking speed and health, yeah.
Yep. So inspiration, that is something that you can use at any time to re-roll a d20. So if you are trying to do something and you want to try to get a better roll, you can re-roll it and take the inspiration roll.
Okay. How do I do that? I see inspiration box, but do I add something in it?
Just click
it.
Just
click the box.
I'm clicking it.
You see a sun come in.
You should see a little sun. I just clicked on it on your character sheet, so you should have like a little sun symbol inside it now.
Okay, I'm not seeing it. I'm like clicking the box and there's nothing in there.
Interesting.
I haven't been able to roll on this sheet on the desktop. I've only been able to roll on the one that
On
I
the
have
app?
in my.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
But you did roll in the beginning. You roll once.
I did from
But you
on
have
the
to click
desktop.
the number. You have to click the number and not the skill. And with inspiration, you have to click the box and not the word inspiration. Like click, what was the last one we were talking about? I can see it in the game log. Last thing you roll was a custom roll. Okay. Wait, can I do it like this? I can't see the screen when I try this. I can't see what you are seeing. Does this work? Like, can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah? Like it becomes red? Does it do that for you?
Here, I'll show you. So here's mine, and then I go over to the box. Nothing's happening.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Does
I
he
do
have
see.
the
I
D&D
see beyond.
logo?
Yeah, he's got the Beyond
Yeah,
20
yeah.
up there, so that is showing up.
Okay, that's weird. We'll work on that. But no, when we click, that's for Timothy. When we
Yeah.
click this game log, we can still see your rolls.
Yeah. Can you refresh
So the way
your
you're
page?
rolling with your app, it works just as well. It's just on stream, people wouldn't see it, but this is a one shot. It's just
Oh,
for fun.
interesting.
So,
Okay. Well, is it maybe because
so
I'm
we can still
logged on
see
to the
it.
app?
No,
Should I log off from the app?
you should still be fine. It should all sync
It
together.
shouldn't matter because I've been showing you things on the app.
Are you
So
on-
I'm logged in on both as well.
Are you on Google Chrome?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you
I'm going to turn my camera back. Hi.
hi, if you can refresh the Google Chrome page,
Yeah,
you
that
should
might
be able
help.
to see the.
But he
little
did it
inspiration
the
thing
first time. You wrote that history. That's what history.
now. Mm-hmm.
So it worked.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I just refreshed it. Okay, I see sun in there. What does that
Awesome.
mean?
That means you
Okay,
have
then you
inspiration.
now have inspiration. That means you haven't. When you can say like I roll an extra d20.
Okay.
And I'm like in a conundrum right now. I have to pick which. I
It's
always
usable once.
put one, like when I have inspiration because I'm ADHD and I just need a visual reminder. I put a d20 in front of me, like reminder. I have inspiration.
Yenny,
But I have Ilya's dice, and I'm trying to figure out which one am I putting down now.
yeah, if we had in-person games, Yenny, I have physical inspiration coins that say
Yeah, I
inspiration
know,
on them.
but I have to pick my shining die right now. Didn't think so
Totally.
far ahead. I'm going to make it my metal die.
Awesome.
Like big clickety clack. Okay,
Right.
ADHD moment over. Let's go.
You're good. All right, yeah. So
I have inspiration.
you guys all make your way down. Yeah, that went through. The initiative went through. When you clicked on that.
I clicked on something and it came through.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see
As
it
a-
on
as
the
a
map.
dice roll?
Oh, wait. The map. If you have the map in the far right corner, one that I think we did not cover. Do you see that little thingy? Do you see it? That little in the corner?
Yeah.
If you click it, you see the chat.
I see the
there
chat.
is
Yeah, and I just see
writing
that
on
I
there.
had a 21 history.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and this
Okay.
one you just rolled.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that actually that's where it popped up. I couldn't. I didn't know. I didn't see it anywhere. So.
Yeah.
So chat. That.
Okay. So 13 is my initial.
I have no idea what I'm showing because I'm not looking at the screen while I'm doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. So like,
Yeah?
if we were in a fight right now, your initiative determines where, like, in what order do you take your turn. Higher initiatives
I'm
go
back.
first. Lower initiatives go after. All right, yeah. So you go downstairs. You can be able to see Lucas. He's back up and running again. He wishes you a good morning, and there's a few patrons already downstairs that they've kind of come in and out throughout the night. These are new people that are down there. They all appear to be just enjoying some bread and butter, and are you smell what smells to be like a coffee. in the air, so it appears like they've got some fresh drinks to be able to enjoy. But yeah, you can go outside to the market easily enough as well.
Before we do, I'm well, not yeah, well, just call it stealthily. Like while I'm drinking my morning coffee, and I don't take a full breakfast because we didn't do much yesterday. We had a meal. Just something that I can hold in my hand, like a roll, bun, and a coffee. And I'm just like moving around the tavern, like listening to conversations. Like if I hear anything like about the mines, more about the mines than the nightmares.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a perception.
Damn. Oh wait, it's fine as well. Okay. Perception. Fucking hell, net one.
Yeah,
seriously.
I mean, you're going around, and for the most part, you're not picking up on any specific conversations. It's relatively quiet within the place. It doesn't appear like there's much in the way of morning conversations going on.
I get distracted by the pretty sunrise through the window.
Yeah, you look through it, and it is gorgeous. It's coming up right between the trees.
Beautiful. It's shining.
It's shining. Yeah, you can actually see that while the tavern, it appears to be an older building. It's well kept up, and you can be able to see that there aren't any cobwebs or anything on the glasses. Like it seems like he keeps a fairly clean place.
Great.
Yeah.
Not useful. It's great.
So I'm going to ask our friend there, the barkeep, if he has a map for the area, and also recommendations for anyone who we should be able to get some supplies from, and then anyone who would be willing to be a guide too.
Good one.
Those are excellent questions. Yes, I believe I can help you out with a map at the very least. And he takes out. He goes around to his own private room for a second, and he comes out holding a little wooden box, and he puts it down, and he opens it up, and there was like a little an empty jewelry box that he takes out and he moves to the side, and then there's an envelope that he puts over on another side. He rummages through a few notes, and he takes out an old piece of parchment, and he lays it down, and he opens it up. He says, "Okay, this is it's a little bit of a rough map, but it's a map of the village, Vermeillon. That's right at the edge of the mine. This is what it looked like probably about 60 years ago, but I don't think the landmarks have changed all too much since that time. There's not been much else in the way of activity up there, probably since, I don't know, maybe about a year or two ago. I stopped seeing people head up that direction.
But do we have a map, Ian?
Yes. Let me give you the map.
Thank you.
I will.
Getting too confusing to write like with North and.
Yeah. Let me.
I'm going to switch off some lights because it's almost midnight here, and it's a bit weird that our house is fully lit.
Of course. So I'm going to drop this in the chat so you can be able to have the map. And actually I'm going to turn off the turn order. Make this a little easier.
That's makes a difference. It's night. It's midnight. It's 12.
Yeah. So that's not the town that you're currently in. You're in the town of Marin right now, but that is the Vermeillon town that he was talking about. It's about a 3 days journey up closer towards the mountains.
Yeah, I was scrolled out because I was showing him just now.
And as far as
you can right click for Jesse. You can right click the map And just to show a new tab, and you can see it like HD big screen.
Okay. Another random question: is there a money exchanger in the town?
Uh, well, I don't believe we have any of those around here. It's this is a small establishment. You'd have to go further south and maybe hit up one of the larger towns. I don't know if Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate, Candlekeep, some place along the main rivers. They should be able to have that, but unfortunately, no, not here.
Okay, no problem.
But there are a few different people that you could be able to speak with. But I think the best person might be Astra Vorn. You may want to look up Astra, Astra.
But this place was a. Did this guy? Wait. Let me check my notes. I made notes. Let me check my notes. Platinum was something about a platinum mine.
Yeah, this is the platinum mine.
This town was a place where there was a platinum mine.
Vermeillon, the map
yeah,
that I
and
gave
we've
you.
got 50 platinum. Is there nobody that would take a platinum and give us coin? I mean, we don't really need a money exchanger, but this is a town based on the commerce of platinum. So nobody where we can exchange a piece of platinum?
Well, you see, the town of Meyrin didn't come about until, after the disturbances at the mine. That's when several of us moved out and decided to start our own simple lives out here. We haven't had much interaction with mining guild associates for some time, so there's been nobody to manage any type of platinum. We don't even hardly see that nowadays.
Okay, well, we still got gold pieces we can use for we're getting a market. If is there someone that can be able to provide the horse for us or horses for us, supplies, and then now that we can maybe get a guide?
Yeah, yes. So Astra is a dear friend of mine, Astra Vorn. They helped. They've helped me on a number of occasions, and I'm sure that they could both be able to help you with what you're looking for market wise, and potentially even be a guide if you're able to. But I do have a question for you. With all of this interest, I mean, I trust that you're able to take care of yourselves. I mean, I can see how well armored and armed you are, seasoned adventurers being that you are. But why is there such a sudden interest in the mine? You keep asking about it, and they're not trying to restart the mine, are they?
Well, it's more like we've been we're interested in finding out why it stopped in the first place.
Oh, and you see this kind of look cross over his face of just immense worry. I don't think it's
Please
wise.
let this persuasion check be done by Chadwick instead of me.
I don't think it's wise to restart the mine. It's gonna be a danger on everybody.
But why would it be a danger?
I don't know, but I have a feeling that it is. It's hard for me to put my finger on why, but I just get this feeling of leave the mine alone.
And did you have this feeling before? Wait, the nightmares were 70 years ago?
I don't know.
Or half a year ago. Like, did you have this feeling before the children went missing?
I don't.
Yay, Brad is back.
Yes, Brad is back. Excellent.
Sorry. ADHD. Jesse, you don't know this, but I'm so ADHD I can jump around.
I am as well. It's okay.
Gives me time to
Chadwick is
write.
back. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll get Brad back on in here.
So I'll
So
talk to the innkeeper a little bit though, and just be like, we are not miners, and we don't have anything to do with reopening a mine. We're simply looking to discover maybe more about what is causing the issues that you and the people of the village are experiencing, to see if we can help.
Yeah, you're having nightmares. That's not good. You want those nightmares to stop, right?
I'll let you guys roll a persuasion on this, and I'll assume that
Please let Brad roll with us.
I'll have Chadwick also roll a persuasion.
Yeah, but he's back. Let Brad roll it.
There you go.
He's back, right?
All right.
Oh yeah, I'm going to roll it, but I won.
Am I
Brad
one?
has been here
A 2
from the
minus
start
1.
of the. Yeah, let Brad catch up. It was persuasion.
What am I rolling?
Welcome
Persuasion.
Geez,
Okay.
It's
that's
your
an
supposed to,
18,
not
huh?
ours.
I rolled for his as he was logging on.
We'll take
That
the
one.
best one for him. I rolled like crap, like I've been doing the whole time, except for this one at 20.
10's still respectable. It's all good.
But you keep making me roll all those plus zeros.
Brad, we'll get you caught up really quickly. You ended up meeting with a mysterious individual on a jetty of rock sticking out into the ocean in the midst of a storm. You figured out nice
Oh,
with that
yo!
nat 20. That's awesome.
Right.
That's a good
Catch
first
him up
roll,
slowly.
sir.
I'll be right back.
You ended up meeting with a person named Bormul, who said he was a
Okay.
representative of several interested houses who
Nice.
who wish to see a platinum mine brought back into service that had mysteriously gone down and its production had stopped. He was being very coy about it, and you were able to insight high enough that he wasn't being fully forthcoming about what he knew. He alluded to some sort of nightmares plaguing the people that used to live in the area, and so some different problems that may have circled around the mine. But basically was like, they're paying you to go and make sure that whatever was keeping the mine from working is fixed, and that they would pay you handsomely for it. Originally, they tried to get 5 people to come out, but only the 3 of you showed up for the job. So they said that if you're able to do this, then they will give the other 2 people's worth of spoils to you as well.
Nice.
So you were able to essentially negotiate that into it, which is an extra 300 platinum pieces. So that's 3,000 gold. I mean, that's nothing to blink an eye at. Knowing that this was a dangerous thing, and so you flew in on the cover of night. They put you on the back of griffins and flew up to a very small town at the outskirts of a village named Marin, or Marin. And they dropped you off under the cover of night. They cast invisibility on themselves, and then they flew away. They implied that they didn't want any type of connection between them. You guys were able to insight as well that the fact that they had the griffins, there's really only one other main place that utilizes griffins for getting around everywhere, and that's the mages that run Candlekeep. The scholars and everybody. So you don't know if this particular person is tied to Candlekeep directly, but it seems like they may have friends in high places in order to be able to utilize these griffins in this type of a way. And you got to the village. You were able to get in, and it didn't seem like it was too suspicious with all 3 of you just kind of showing up in the middle of the night. You walked into a tavern. You met the innkeeper, who's an old man named Lucas, who you found out he used to work at the mine 60 years ago, but lost his wife in some sort of disaster at the mine, and he left the mining town, came to the town of Marin, opened up a tavern there, and has lived there ever since. And over the past few years, different disappearances have started happening. People have gone missing, and the village has been plagued by nightmares, where people are just like having a really hard time being able to sleep. They all continue to see the same nightmare, every person. So it's very much one of those things where they see themselves kind of standing in the middle of an abandoned village, feeling drawn towards the manor house at the end of the village. So they alternate between having that nightmare, and then while they're asleep, they just hear the sound of people screaming. But when they wake, they don't hear it at all. So lots of restless nights for a lot of people. Yeah. The only other thing that I've determined for Chadwick, and you're welcome to change this, is I said that Chadwick has a slightly raspy voice. It's almost like...
I'll try. I'll do what I can with it, but yeah, I figured like definitely that gruff kind of character.
Yeah.
Like doesn't really care about the villagers. He's just like, hey, I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
They want us to kill something or deal with something. Fair enough.
Perfect.
And this is your second nat 20.
Nice.
Because you also rolled a nat 20 on history, telling us that this was a... There was only one order of mages, right? No, that was not his nat 20. Well, you had a nat 20 on history.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, and you've been saving my ass because I've been rolling like...
That happened.
Yeah. So y'all just woke up from sleeping overnight. You were told that the mine is about a 3 days walk away, and you were in the process of getting some supplies together to be able to make the journey up towards what did I say the name of the town was?
Vermeillon.
Vermeillon.
I'll send chat or Brad chat the map you send us.
Yep. And riding on air is one of your compatriots, and shining is one of your other compatriots. So Yenny is shining, Jesse is riding on air, or as we just determined, Roa, ROA, nice. as a good nickname.
I like
Roa.
it.
And Roa, you were in the process of talking to Lucas, the barkeep, who told you that Astra Vorn is the name of a person that you could be able to seek out in the village, who could hook you up with, all the things that you're needing, be it market supplies, a pack horse, and potentially even a guide up to the mine.
Nice.
And in your chat is the village where we're in now.
No, that's the village that you're going to be going to. Vermeillon.
Okay.
That's the one that's outside the mine.
I'll put it in the group chat.
Yeah.
So should we have Mr. Barkeep introduce us to Astra then?
Gotcha.
Yes, I suppose I can do that. He kind of looks around. And
Astra was the...
Astra is somebody who I've known for quite some time. They can be able to help direct you up towards that way. And he kind of looks around and he's like, okay, everything's in order in this place. I suppose I can introduce you. He just starts walking towards the door, and like I said, the cool morning air, it feels really great. Go ahead.
Ari, I feel like I missed a bit in those seconds. Astra is taking us to the mines. We're not going shopping or anything like talking to people or whatever before we go to the mines.
I think Astra is one of the guys who provides all the supplies for us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so we're still in the town looking for supplies first.
Yep.
Right.
So Lucas, he walks out and starts walking over to the marketplace area where there's a bunch of stalls that are set up in in a semicircle around this one section of the town. It looks like it's a well trod ground, kind of pounded flat and hard. It's still like a dirt road, but it's well kept up. And there's just a slight chill to the air. It doesn't look like the storm that you flew in from is still going on. And he walks over to one particular market stall where you see another really tall individual with they've got pointed ears, a large bulbous nose, and paler skin, just as wrinkled as Lucas's is, with kind of like almost like a strawberry blonde hair that comes down to their shoulders. You see them kind of hunched over, arranging some different bouquets of flowers. Astra, my dear friend, I have some adventurers I'd like to introduce you to. This is Shining, Roa, and Chadwick. They gave me their names earlier. I was hoping that you might be able to help them in a bit of a task that it might seem a little odd at first, but they assure me they have the best of intentions. Astra, please do what you can to help them. This tall half-elf person kind of stands up and stretches, and he's like, yes, Lucas, I appreciate you bringing them my way. I will do what I can to help if it is, as you say, it's on the up and up. Hello all, and welcome. And he kind of gives a half bow. Welcome to the market. I'm the market keep here. And what can I be able to help you with? Are you looking for adventuring wares? It appears by the looks of you, you are quite well established for people around this area.
Well, these mountains, I'm not very familiar with them. Do they get cold? Are they warm?
Oh yes, especially around this time of day. They can be quite chilly at night. You want to be bundled up, and I've got the perfect thing for that. And he starts walking over to a market stall where you can see there's a bunch of blankets and thicker jackets and things like that.
Awesome.
There's also some comfortable bedrolls that they're kind of like sleeping bags.
The bed rolls that we have, are those sufficient for this type of?
Yeah, you would imagine. Like you're seasoned travelers. You're used to being able to rough it in far worse conditions than this.
So it'd be nice to have a pack horse or a mule or something like that. Does he have anything like that?
Oh, a pack horse? You know what? Yes, we do have access to a pack horse. I've got my own personal one that I use to go to and from my own homestead, which is just a few miles down the road. But if you're needing a pack horse, I'm assuming that you're trying to go somewhere. Is that the case?
Yes, we're. Well, your friend told us. Well, we heard before he told us about people having trouble sleeping, and we want to find out why and see if we can try to stop it. And something tells me that we need to go to the mines for that.
Oh, you're wanting to go to the mines.
Well, to up there where the mines are.
Well, I suppose I can help get you up that way. I don't have much experience in the mines myself. I was but a child when my family left to head down this way, but yeah, I do know the way to get up there. I can get you there safely.
And what do you think we would need there?
Well, you're probably going to need rations for the journey up and back. I recommend you make sure that you have enough rope and probably some oil for lanterns.
Right.
I think that being able to keep those supplies on you would be very, very helpful. If you want to bring a pickaxe, that might also be helpful in case you need to move, break down some rubble that's in your way. I don't know if we would need any saws. We might need to get a saw.
Well, just say we need it.
Okay. Yes.
Well, and you mentioned that you may be able to bring us to help us yourself. Are you going to be able to do that? And what would the cost for your services be?
Well, let's see. It's probably about a 3-day journey with all the packs and supplies. I think I could do this all for 15 gold. If if I'm going to be up there myself doing this and away from the marketplace.
Let's say you bring us there, and because we're bringing a pack horse, and we might. I mean, I'm not expecting you to like go into really dangerous situations, but say we would need you to stay with the horse for a night or 2 nights. Would you want somebody along with you, or would you stay alone with the horse? And what would it cost to have an extra person with you?
I think that I'd
look over our stuff.
I mean, I can definitely find a good spot to watch over the horses, the horse and your stuff. I might take the time while I'm up there to go pick some of the red poppies that grow up there. They're especially beautiful at this time of year. That might give me a good chance to replenish my supplies. So I think I can probably do that while we go up there.
I give him one platinum. I give him 2 platinum now, and I'm saying same again if we come back.
Oh.
When we come back.
Wow.
And we'd like to keep this on the down low.
Oh,
nobody really needs to know we were here or where we went.
Of course. And he grabs one of the platinum pieces.
Treat us right, and we treat you right.
He looks over the piece, and he goes, this was definitely stamped up in the mine. So that's yes. Of course, I'll keep this between us, and I'll try to look for any other herbs that we might be able to utilize. And he reaches over and he picks up a pack that you can just like see the flap was open on the top, and it looks like it's some kind of herbalism kit that he has in there, maybe some alchemical supplies, things like that, and he closes it up. There might be some reagents that I can be able to find to try to make some potions for you along the way to try to help, especially for the platinum right here. It's the least that I can be able to do because I'm not in any shape to fight, and I imagine between the 3 of you can keep me quite safe. So yes, let's be on our way then. It'll just be, if you can give me an hour to get my stuff together, I'll be good to go.
We'll take 2 hours.
Okay, I will meet you back here in 2 hours, and
Good.
and he shuffles off to just kind of talking to himself. I need to get them lined up to watch my stalls while I'm gone, and he just starts walking off.
Take your time.
All right. Anything that you guys
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Seems solid. I think we can trust him.
All right.
Not sure what else to really say about that.
Roa doesn't have any input.
My only input is, does he have any of them poppies we can smoke while we're waiting?
Well, that's what I wanted in this hour. I was thinking maybe we could like individually like walk across the other market stalls and see if there's any
around
potions.
This
other useful potions we might need. Anything that, I mean, the olive nightmares. Anything that helps with perception.
True.
That makes sense.
Jesse, go ahead and type
1d20.
that
Oh my God.
exactly into Roll20. So I just dropped it into Messenger. And odds, we will say he does have poppies you can smoke. Evens, you may have to collect it yourself.
Nice.
So I roll here.
You put
If you type that /r space 1d20 in the chat of Roll20. Do I have to show again my phone or?
Because if you do that,
Like
then
this?
it'll roll a d20.
Oh, like
Nice.
wait, this? You see it? Like I typed in the chat, roll.
I type
You
it in the
see?
chat.
Yeah,
Yeah?
of
Then
roll
you
20
just press
and then hit
send.
enter.
And then it rolls at d20. Yes.
All right.
Nice.
I think I said even. You're gonna have to find it yourself. Is that what I think? I think that's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I think
Yeah,
you
I
said-
don't know what you see when I
I
show you
think
these things.
I
Because
think that he's going up there to replenish his supplies. That might mean that they've already
God, we rolled like
gone
crap. I
through
only
their
see that now.
supplies. So
Right.
they're gonna have to go get some more.
Dang.
Yep.
My
Alright.
God, we rolled like crap. When I was showing it, I didn't even see the numbers.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
We don't find anything useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 2 hours go by, unless you guys are doing anything in the meantime. You can take that time to go shopping, get your say that you'll go and get your supplies. You've got your extra rope and your pickaxe and your everything else. At some point they bring up the cart horse or the pack horse with the saddlebags on the side of it.
Before we do, while we're walking around the market, I want to use, is it cast?
Mm-hmm.
Primeval Awareness. For
Okay.
1 minute per level of the spell slot you expend, you can sense whether the following types of creatures are present within 1 mile of you. 1 mile.
Oh wow.
Within 1 mile of you, you don't need to know the
I'm
creature's
looking
location.
where it
Or
is
are you
on
in
this-
your favored terrain as well? Because that would bump it to 6. Are you in like a mountainous favored terrain?
Well, yeah, I would say I didn't bring this up because, well, we were already playing. But when I made this character, I didn't make it for this one shot. I had forest, but we talked about my character now coming from the mountain, from a monastery.
True.
So yeah, my favorite terrain would be mountainous, but on my character sheet it's still forest.
Yeah, so I would bump it up to 6 miles. I would say that as of right now, you don't detect anything within your immediate vicinity. Nothing within the mile around you. Yeah, probably within 6 miles, you're not picking up anything. It feels like it's mostly. See your favorite terrain. So whether the following types of creatures are present.
I now made my favorite terrain mountain.
Dragons.
I just
elementals,
added
fae,
it.
fiends, and undead. Okay. Yeah. You don't get anything within the 6 miles around you.
Okay.
You know that the town is a little further away because, like I said, it's 3 days going up. So yeah, you can try to check again in another day.
Yeah, but
too.
people have nightmares here, so
Yes.
I want to know if there was anything here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That totally makes sense. All right. Yeah. So you get all your supplies.
It's spell, right? I have to
Mm-hmm.
click it. Where is it?
All right, so you've got all your supplies. You've got the pack horse. You get it all loaded up. Astra comes out there leading it as well, and he's got a walking stick. And he says, "All right, well, the road to Vermeillon, it's up this direction. We'll have to be careful because while the road technically exists, It's not necessarily one that's well kept up. So just watch your step, and just be careful. And he starts the journey. So what are you guys going to be doing while you're doing that? Are you keeping a watchful eye? Are you juggling? Are you playing jump rope as you're going down the road? Like what's your plan?
I'll be sitting back and smoking some poppy seed.
All right.
If we got nothing in the next 6 miles, I think I'm okay for right now, just to relax a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
Did you roll like 8? Do you have any poppy seed? Sorry.
Maybe it's from his own personal stash.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you still had some.
It's
I like.
the last of the Two Rivers long bottom leaf. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, exactly. How is who is the guy is riding the cart? We're on the cart.
Yeah, so he's got a pack horse. He's got the bags on the side of it and a little cart that's tied behind it.
I'm sitting beside him.
Okay, so there's enough room in the cart
Like
for
on
two
the
people.
on the driver's bench.
So that means Chadwick, you'd be walking on the side beside Astravorn as y'all are making the journey up. So since you're out front with them, can you go ahead and roll a perception? What's everybody's passive perception? So on your character sheet, it'll say on the left-hand side what your passive perception is. I think
Mine's only 9.
Okay.
Perception. Then once again, I'm going to use Natural Explorer, so I get advantage, right?
Oh wow, you have a high passive perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got advantage on perception checks. I'm still figuring out the monk and the ranger stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
My proficiency bonus is doubled if I'm using a skill that I'm proficient in. So proficiency bonus is +4.
Nice. Chadwick with a crazy high perception roll too. Yeah, so nothing happens on the first day of travel. You guys are able to get up through the mountains and find a good spot. The terrain starts to get a little bit rougher, probably 3 miles outside of the village. It's transitioned from being a well-trodden earth to being much more, boulder strewn, more of like a meandering path through the valleys that lead between the mountains than it is anything else. But nothing happens on the first day of travel. You're able to get up there, pitch a tent, get your tents pitched, and a nice fire going. You're able to find enough firewood to keep it going, and you're not really having to tap into your supplies all that much. And the night is uneventful. So you've gotten through one day. The second day of travel, you start to get back up. Same orders, same marching order.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
All right, go ahead and I'm gonna.
Well,
yeah.
I've been studying the guy for a while. Because I just read through the Natural Explorer. If this is my favorite terrain, I'm like, how did it say it in the text? I'm foraging. I'm like roaming ahead, keeping an eye on what's in front of us and foraging.
Roll a survival at advantage.
Survival advantage.
All right. Yeah. What are you foraging for? Just different
Well,
supplies.
Yes, supply. Jesse was talking about his poppy seed, so I'm looking for herbs and anything that might not. Well, if I find smoking herbs, then I'll take them. But healing herbs, whatever we
For
need.
sure. Yeah. No. You definitely see the beginnings of like patches of poppy seeds that are. They're beginning to push through. As you're going a little further into this, you do see like a little bit of snow on the ground, but you find some areas where the poppy seeds are kind of pushing up through the snow, or where the poppy plants are pushing up through the snow. Definitely looks like they're good condition to be able to take. You also find like a boulder that's kind of leaned over and on the damp side of it. where there's no frozen ground, there appears to be some like mushrooms growing up through it, and you start to get some of those. They look like they would be a nice addition to a soup if you were to try to make some sort of a stew.
Nice.
I'll
Yeah.
keep them.
So yeah, you definitely find a decent. I'd say you could be able to safely harvest like 2 dozen poppy flowers easily without damaging that area too much.
And I'm still alert while doing so.
Yeah, and as you're going up, you're continuing to walk around. About half a day goes by, and I would definitely say that Chadwick, with your really high passive perception, you do hear what sounds like a growl coming from a cave off to the right hand side, and you're able to see that there's a bear that is inside the cave. It doesn't appear like it's coming out after you, but it does look like it's giving some sort of a warning growl not to go over that direction. Then you're able to safely direct the caravan away from that bear, and able to go, essentially give it a wide berth as you're continuing up, traveling all the way through until you get to a little further up.
Cool. I just want to ask Astra if like bears are common around these parts. Like, after I see the bear, just like, so bears common around these parts, or?
They are. They're probably one of the more common ones up for these parts. We haven't seen wolves up in this area in quite some time, but bears are probably the apex predator around here. Them and mountain lions as well, but they tend to stick closer towards the southern hills.
Okay, and they're usually fine if we leave to their own devices.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything to worry about from that bear. Just as long as we give it a wide berth.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
All right, people, beware, bears, mountain lions, all that. Keep your eyes open.
Yep.
Right, Roa?
Yep.
We don't have an Ilias, so
Yeah.
let's keep an eye out for bears.
All right, and you make it the rest of the way up to your campsite on day 2, and you're able to pitch a tent, get everything set up just like you normally would, and have a relatively uneventful time. Thankfully, your guide, he knows a bunch of the good spots to kind of stop along, and so he's putting you into spots where like your back is to a tall wall, like a tall mountain wall, and it's enclosed, and you only have like one approach up to the area, so it's really easy to just stay nice and safe and warm out of the wind.
Nice.
Let's see. All right, that night you do have a change in the weather. The cold storm that you had initially flown up through on the back of the Griffins finally looks like it has made its appearance up in the mountains. It starts to sleet on you partway through the night, and when you wake up in the morning, it is definitely coming down pretty strong. It is very cold and very wet. It's very difficult to keep a good fire going. You can definitely see that our dear friend Astra is feeling a little bit under the weather from all of this. Definitely kind of down in the dumps. And I will say that you have the highest passive perception, Chadwick?
I think so. Yeah, 18.
Okay. At night, you would have heard a small yelp of startlement from Astra, like midway through the night. That quickly faded back into quiet. So
I'll like just engage Astra, just like, all right, how you feeling this morning, buddy? Just clap him on the back, just.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight.
Yeah, that's. There it is. There goes.
Oh yeah. That's your
Good.
third
Holy
natural 20.
cow.
He
Wait,
starts
I
to,
haven't look back. Didn't this?
he's got like 3 nat
Isn't this
20s.
the second on Insta? It's second nat 20.
Yeah,
That's
it's something
nuts.
crazy.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, he starts to answer. Oh, I'm fine. I'm doing okay. But you notice like the same haggard look on his eyes that you noticed on a bunch of other people in the tavern, or in the inn the first night that you got into that town,
Gotcha.
where it is the face of sheer exhaustion of a person who barely got a wink of sleep. It's the same thing where Lucas was describing people being plagued with nightmares as they sleep at night, to where they're just dreading going to sleep. You can definitely tell that he has that same expression on his face, where he must have had just a night full of nightmares.
Would protection from evil and good help him?
You don't know.
Certainly
Roll an
from-
Arcana.
Yeah.
Roll an Arcana.
Arcana. Man, my rolls.
You don't think it would hurt to try. You don't know if it would or not.
Yeah, but that would be useless spell slots.
Yeah. So it's the morning of the third day. He does tell you, well, we'll be heading up that direction, and we should get there probably about mid-afternoon. We're pretty close to it. I might not go with you all the way up there. I might just wait until we're a little bit off and let you continue the rest of the way, and keep the pack animal and cart a little closer towards the road, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll engage with the rest of the team. Do we want to go up now, with this bad weather, or we want to wait a bit, see if it calms down? Like, you two are the experts on this stuff.
Well, we're in mountain terrain, so I can't. Oh man, I have to get used to this range of stuff. Doesn't that mean that my group can become lost? And that they travel faster stealthily with me? Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group can become lost except by magical means. Even when you are engaged in another activity, you remain alert to danger. So if I take them through it, it doesn't. It's easy.
Yeah,
right.
You can still get them through it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you feel confident. And then
It's like afternoon now.
Yes, and also I don't think that you were here for this, Brad, but the people that contracted to you said that they would meet you back in the field where they dropped you off in a week, which is 10 days.
10 days.
And,
a week is not 7 days; it's 10 days.
And if you're not there, then they will try one more time in one more week. Otherwise, they are going to assume the worst and go find other people to do this task. So,
gotcha.
That is one of those considerations.
Yeah. All right. And then I guess I'll just ask, I'll have Astrid, just tend the fire a bit, little team meeting for us. Like, how you feeling about him? Like, he seems like okay, but I don't want to push him too far. Maybe he stays here, we go up, we just catch him on the way back.
Well, how close are we to the mines? It was 3-day travel, and it was the second day, right?
You did 2 days. You're in the morning of the third day, and he said that you'd be there by the mid-afternoon.
So I think we take him as far as he's comfortable with, let him set up a little base camp, and then we finish the rest of the way.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we can go together and find at mid-afternoon, find a place safe place for him there, and we can all short rest then. And oh my god, the DM rolls.
All right. Yeah. So you guys are you get back, everything packed back up. You start heading up that direction, and for the most part, it appears like it's just going to be a relatively normal drive up there. Trying to Astra is being careful walking beside the pack horse, just reassuring it every so often. He definitely seems more nervous the closer you guys are getting to the mine, and eventually he gets about he says you're about 2 miles away from the mine or so, and that's about as comfortable as he's feeling going. He says it should just be about another half an hour or so that direction. Just keep walking that direction, and whatever you do, just be careful. It's dangerous up these ways. Just stick to the path. Don't go off of the path. This is where people tend to get lost if they've never been up here, and there's nobody around to be able to help you if you are lost up here.
Can I help him find a safe place so we really know he's still there?
Yeah, go ahead and roll another survival at advantage.
Yeah, that's good thinking.
Advantage. 19.
Yeah, it's not a problem. You're able to pick out a great spot. It's nestled between 3 large boulders. There's only one easy way in and out of this area. He's able to get the horse in there, get the cart kind of blocked off on the front of it to where it's a pretty narrow entryway. It seems like it's protected from some of the rain that's coming down. There's a nice little overhang, and there's no bears inside of this little spot.
And this is the entrance to the mine itself, where we're now.
No, you're about 2 miles away from the city or the town, but you're on your way up there. You know that Vermeillon, the entrance to the mine is up there in Vermeillon.
But do we also see the old manor house?
No, not yet. You're still
Not
a few
yet.
miles away from it. Yep. He says if you just continue
Because
along
where
this
are
path,
we going to the mines or are we going to the manor house? We told him the mines, but before Brett checked in,
Right.
yeah,
the manor house is where everyone felt drawn to.
correct. Yeah, the manor house is where everyone has been felt drawn to in their dreams, and you are heading up towards the city of Vermilion, which has both the mine and the manor house.
Oh wait, I thought that Vermilion was the village we were before.
No, that was the village of Marin.
Right.
Or Marin.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's wait. Let me add them.
Maerin. Marin.
Cool.
M-E?
Maerin.
A-E-R-I-N.
Yep. So you're able to leave him and make the rest of the journey up to the village on foot. As you're getting closer towards the village, thankfully the rain does start to abate, and instead just this fog kind of settles in these part of the mountains as you're making your twists and turns through the winding pathways. It's just like this cold, misty fog that kind of settles in, and it's just the 3 of you as you're traveling through. You get around one corner, and you can be able to see in front of you what appears to be almost like a little meadow start to appear in the midst of the mountains. You cross through and you see this one opening where there's mountains on all sides, but it's this unique green space that comes out. You see some tile roofs, some red tile roofs, alternating with some different wooden structures that are in there. Some of them appear to have larger foundations that These are built up on it, are nice and high up off the ground, and you see some well-trodden dirt and cobblestone paths running ahead of you into the streets. At the far end of the main road, you do see this large, sprawling oak tree that appears to have no leaves on it. And behind that oak tree, you spot a rather imposingly large wooden structure, has tall columns in the front of it, large pillars on the side with four what look to be fireplaces sticking up from the top. It definitely feels very manor-like in its appearance, and it's kind of surprising to be able to come across this type of a landscape in the midst of the mountains. But you feel like you have made your way to Vermeillon, and let me put you on the map there.
Are we coming from the south?
Yes, you are coming from the south looking north.
I was looking at that map you showed. Is the damage visible for us?
Yeah, you start walking a little closer up towards the town, and you can definitely see a lot of these structures have doors that are just kind of hanging open. They're gently moving in a light breeze that's coming through, and you can see parts of walls that have fallen over and holes in the roofs. The thatch looks, or the tiles look like some of them are falling off and broken. Some of the wood appears to have rotted away a little bit. Let me move all of you onto the map.
Thanks.
So we get a new map, yay!
Nice.
I'm trying to get everyone on
Jesse,
there.
you see the map right now, or do I still have to send you?
That's pretty good.
I can see it.
Oh. There we go.
Yeah, so you can be able to see this town ahead of you. It appears, like I said, it appears that this town has not seen people in it in quite some time. Now, do all three of you have vision? I just want to make sure that your tokens are.
Jesse and I know Brad and I had night vision. I don't know about Jesse. I'll check.
Yeah, but look, I mean, it's mid-afternoon, so you should still be able to see. I just wanted to make sure that everyone had vision for this area so you can see. Yeah, so you see many pathways, many buildings that go off in these different directions. And from the map that you were given, it appears like the mine entrance is up to the northwest corner of the town.
Gotcha.
So what do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
I'm asking, like, Chad obviously has a roguish aura, like the black all around him.
Yeah.
And can you, like, scope out that manor house in the north?
Yeah, I can make my way up there. See,
Like, no, like staying unseen, just going around and seeing what there is to be seen.
So what if we do, Ilya, don't you have that one spell?
I'm not Ilya, I'm Shining.
Sorry, Shining. Do you happen to have that one spell that you can check for any type of creatures around first? We can just to see if there's anything that may be of concern first.
I'm checking.
That was good.
No, I have protection from evil and good, but not detect evil or something.
Well, what was that trait that you did earlier?
Yeah, and the first village with the
Yeah,
one
but
with the
it's
smile.
because it was mountain terrain, and now we're in a village. Village don't count as mountain terrain, do they?
You can
We're still in the
use
mountains,
it.
though.
Yeah, you're still in the mountains too. Yeah, this is just like a glade within the mountains.
Okay, wait a minute. I'll get it back. That was National Explorer. That one, you mean?
Looks like the one.
It doesn't slow my group's travel. My group can't become lost, except by magical means. Even when I'm engaged in another activity while traveling. So this is all for traveling. Traveling alone, you can move stealthily.
I think it was the other ability, the primeval awareness that you used before.
Oh,
is what,
okay, sorry.
What Ro was talking about.
You mean to tell me that you guys don't know your characters that you just
the
created
character that I
with
made,
all of their
like,
abilities?
well, it's 1 a.m. at night that I can't remember everything from the character.
I have a find traps spell I want to use, but I want to use it closer to the manor house, though. So my suggestion is, before we move up there, what if we kind of circle and do three different ones?
Yeah. I know.
So Brad, what if you go down the center, Shining, you go one way, and I go the other, and we kind of just make sure we're not all grouped together, just in case there is some sort of a magical spell or something?
Of course.
The
Yeah,
primeval awareness.
you do
I'm doing it.
You do your primeval awareness, and you.
I still don't know. Is it a spell slot or?
Spell slot.
Yeah, it's a spell slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 1 minute per level of the spell slot you expand, you can sense the following types. If you are in there, this feature doesn't reveal their location or number. You pop this, and you get an overwhelming sense of the presence of aberrations.
Fuck you guys. We are not safe here.
All over this village.
And we're still at the south end of the village. We're not in the center of it, but I feel it. Wait, the future doesn't reveal the location.
You just feel like there is a presence.
I feel it.
Of
it's within 6 miles.
Within 6 miles, it is definitely.
But do I feel if it's? Normally, it would be within 1 mile because the favorite terrain is 6 miles. Do I feel a difference between if it's within 1 mile or if it's like 6 miles?
You definitely feel like the front of you.
Closeness. That's it.
The proximity of that evil feeling, that aberration feeling, is definitely pinging more closer to where you are than it is to like where you came from. Like you have a feeling that like back where you were walking up the mountain and stuff like that, it's not nearly as strong of a presence as what you feel as you're coming into this village.
Sorry, this is so Dutch. I'm just really quickly Googling aberrations. What exactly is an aberration?
You get both aberration and fey.
Yeah, but the word aberration.
Yeah. It's like
I'm thinking, what is an aberration?
It's like an abomination. It's some sort of unnatural creation.
So if we're getting so much of this
utterly alien beings. Okay, so something like completely out of nature. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're closer to us than they were before. Yeah, I'm just saying, like what I said, we're not safe here, guys. And then I explained quickly, like in as few words possible, like I sense aberrations. I use the word aberrations. Like close.
Yes.
I mean, maybe not. I don't know if they're directly on us or not. Jesse is frozen, by the way. But I don't know if they're directly on us or not. But we're not safe here.
Yes.
All right.
And you were trying to say something as well, Roa. What was your question?
Yeah, so my thoughts on this are obviously we don't know where in the village we're looking at. Do we want to try all three of us, like maybe on the smallest one that's right at the bottom, just kind of checking one location on the outskirts before we even try moving in or are getting closer to the manor house?
The thing is, shall we go in the first building that's closest to us?
You totally can.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Check it out, see if we see anything.
Well, we have a rogue with metagaming. We have a rogue with us.
Right.
Brad, you don't know this, but in the beginning when we had the first talk with the guys that sent us here, I was like, damn, we have a rogue with a 9 investigation and 11 stealth, and we're not using it. Now we can use it.
Right.
Do you want to go into those first buildings, check something out?
Yeah, all right, guys. I'll go in
You're
there.
a rogue.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I got experience with this kind of thing. I'll go check it out. Just cover me.
All right.
Okay.
You being quiet about it?
Yeah, anything weird comes up, bird calls or whatever it is you guys do. Okay. So I'll sneak up to that.
I'm
I roll stealth.
preparing. Wait a second. Preparing Orton's longbow.
Yeah.
Like somewhere where I can see something get into the building where he's getting in.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a stealth.
Yep. As soon as my page loads.
And once you're done rolling a stealth, I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, dearie me.
Nice.
Saving throw. Wisdom.
So in order to do a wisdom saving throw, Jesse, you look at your character sheet. On the left-hand side, there's a box that has strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Those are what you click on. Yeah, exactly. Wisdom save, just like that. Perfect.
Good job.
Awesome. Yeah, so
we need to find somewhere to screen share or something.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. That's perfect. Chadwick, you are so incredibly stealthy. Like it's almost like you just disappear into the mist. Your party can still see you because it's not that thick of a mist. It just is. It's thicker towards like the tree line around the edge of the town. But as you go into the structure, you're looking around. You don't see anything. Yeah, you hear just this terrified shriek that splits the air, but you're the only one that hears it. And the hair on your arms and your neck just stands straight up. The space between your shoulder blades begins to itch, and you can't shake the feeling that you're being watched.
Gotcha. Did the scream sound like it came from inside the building or?
Not this building. You go into this building and you see like it's pretty pretty empty. It's a pretty simple shack. There's a table in there that looks like it has an unfinished meal, or at least like a meal was being consumed. There's plates and there's cups.
Gotcha.
There's a cup that's kind of knocked over, but there's still silverware up on top of the plate. Any food there is long gone.
Right.
But yeah, it looks.
Are there a lot of flies?
He does not see any flies. He does not see any flies.
Perfect.
All right.
And I do remember. I know what you're referencing. He doesn't see any flies yet.
Yes. Blink.
And
after having checked out the house, I'll like sneak back towards either like. Are there like any windows on the first floor I can look out, see if I can try and figure where that scream came from?
You definitely can. Go ahead and on your character sheet, like somewhere in the notes.
Came out frightened or whatever.
Somewhere in your notes, mark 1 stress. Just write it down on your character. You have 1 stress.
Right.
Oh, stress? Why not frightened? Oh, never mind.
Right.
Yeah, frightened is something different. Stress is also something
I was
different.
thinking protection from evil and good when it came out, but stress is not one of those things that covers.
And just so you guys know, I unfortunately do actually have a hard stop, so this 1 shot might turn into a 2 shot. I do need to go pick up Logan. I got a text message about that, and I was like, okay, I need to go.
Oh my God! You said you were going to until 12 for me, and it's 1.
Yeah.
You're an hour over time. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, it's all right.
1 a.m. by the way.
Nice.
Good morning.
You look out of the building, and you can't see where the shout would, or where the scream of terror would have come from. You just get a sense that it came from somewhere deeper within the village.
Okay. I'll at least like wave them like over to the building where I'm at, like thumbs up, all clear. So.
All right.
I'll wait to see like if they come up to meet me or not.
Sure. You guys gonna go meet him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
I'm still keeping an eye on the surroundings, but yeah.
All right, if you guys are doing it quietly, both of you go ahead and roll a stealth.
Well, I have automatic stealth, right? It's my favorite terrain. We just established.
Nice. Yeah. If you've got automatic stealth, then you got automatic stealth.
Sounds good.
If you're traveling alone, you can move stealthily at a normal pace.
Okay. And riding as an 8. You have a good stealth, but it was just not as good of a roll.
Wow,
Same
it's
with
seriously,
Shannon. Okay.
what is up with my rolls?
Yeah. The wood, the floorboards kind of squeak as you step up onto the stairs of the structure.
Yeah.
Just oh, come on, guys.
Yeah.
One of the wooden boards breaks, and like your foot falls through the floor, and you go, "Oh damn! Oh no!" And you step back up.
Yeah,
You're fine other than that.
10 with a +8.
Yeah.
Right.
You're smoking too much of those poppy seeds.
Too
tell
much
you
of
what.
those poppy
I'm not
seeds, guys.
smoking them. It's just 1 a.m.
Yeah. So, are you guys fine with us pausing and leaving it right here, where you're all within this building?
Yeah.
Oh, let me not. That's not the live roll 20. I was trying to drag it on OBS. Move all 3 of you guys over.
Seriously, I've been online. The math is too hard. The time.
Yeah.
I've been online for 6 hours. What's this?
Did you say the math or the
Zoom
math?
time?
Yeah.
No, the math. But the Zoom time. Haven't I been online for like 6 hours?
Well, guys, I appreciate you hopping
And
on.
it's
and
1
doing
a.m.
this. It is. And Jesse, dude, thank you for hopping in on here, man. Seriously,
For real,
like
thank you,
having
Jesse. You're
you
doing
on has been a
good.
blast. I hope you've had fun. I know we haven't done any combat yet, but like,
I hope you will join us again.
Yeah, let's finish this off, hey?
yeah, that sounds good to
No,
me.
but seriously, it was fun.
Yeah, you bring a real fun presence over here, so we appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
And again, like respect to Heather, 100%. What she does with note taking, I've been trying it for one session, and I'm already fucked.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Thank you for taking notes, Yenny.
Yeah, but I didn't take as good notes as she did.
I'm gonna go get my son. So yes, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day weekend. I'm gonna set up a time. I'll try to get on chat and see what's gonna be good for everyone, especially since this is a one shot. We can probably do this another weekend here really soon if you guys have the open schedule. I don't know, Jesse, what your schedule looks like, or if you're open on other Saturdays or Sundays, stuff like that. But
yeah, just let me know what you guys are options. If I can be there, I'll definitely be there.
Awesome. That's good to know.
Timothy, when you upload the video to the Google folder, Jesse doesn't have the address, I think.
Yeah, but
so
you
I
can
have to
send
make
him the
sure
link
that
to
he gets access to the video as well.
Yeah, you can also we can put it on our channel if we want to throw it on our channel too.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with that.
And then that's also super easy. Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
All right.
Yeah. See you, everybody. Have fun.
Have a good one. Bye.